Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you once again for joining Empowerment Network. And if you are new here, guys, do not go. Stay here, listen, and learn something new. And of course, if you have a question, drop it in the chat section. As you can see, the house is full. And this evening, I am dealing with three powerful men from whom we are going to learn something brand new. So today we are looking at the other side of ONPASSIVE as the topic goes. You are an entrepreneur and not a founding member, as we have been calling ourselves since 2018, depending when you joined ONPASSIVE. Michael Williams, thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, sure. Hi, Mr. Burks.
Happy Hump Day.
Yeah. And of course, Colin, speak.
Thank you for having me, Comfort. Glad to be here again.
Your voice seems to sound a bit much better than Michael's, but let's see how it goes. So, guys, this evening, we are not going to treat Michael, Collins, and Andy like we know them before. Well, I'm working hard to make it look a bit formal, and I hope it works, guys, because it's about learning. We want to learn from these three men. They come from three different walks of life, professions, and let's know who we are based on each and every one of their perspectives. So, Andy, very, very briefly, if you can really tell us what you have done as a profession, maybe how much experience you have, because that's where we want to tap from this evening, precisely that. Thank you.
Well, I'm similar, if you like, to Michael. I have been a financial advisor for 35 years, mainly dealing in investments and retirement planning. So yeah, this is a total change. Hence why I'm a numbers guy.
Indeed. All right, Michael. What about you, please? Thank you.
Well, I've been in the, I guess the same as Andy from that standpoint for a few years, probably since in the early 90s up until the early 2000s, working in the financial industry. Thereafter, just branching out as an entrepreneur, being self-employed ever since, running my own business. So it's been a while.
Right. Thank you. And of course, you, Collins, tell us about yourself, please.
Not too much experience. Oh, the voice, please let my voice just be. Yeah, so I've been in the IT industry for almost 15 years. So it's more of within the software development, as I can say. And my main branch is quality assurance. So I'm more into quality assurance to ensure that the software that is built meet customer expectation. And that's where I belong.
All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction. Guys, guess what? We've got two dangerous figures, guys, in the house, plus one quality assurer. Who is ready? So, Michael, why I brought three of you here this evening is because sometimes looking at how we've conceived ONPASSIVE and stuff, we feel like, are we really getting it all right? You know, because we go by the slogan 100% done for you and all of those. And so many people like myself and many others out there, we feel that we have landed. But listening to many of you others, people who have passed through this platform, for example, recently, Dr. Modi was here and he made me understand that what Ash is doing is just giving us a seed in our hands to go plant. So is there anything else we can still do after being a founding member of ONPASSIVE? Michael?
Absolutely. You know, this is our business. You know, this, as far as I'm concerned, our new way of life. You know, because our business, you know, our income source transcends into our personal life, our day-to-day life. So we as individuals have a choice. You know, we can sit back, relax, take it easy, you know, and just watch the show, or we can participate in it to speed up the show, you know, speed up our own success. And so me personally, I'd rather be speeding up my own success because I can count on myself. Sure, we love the company. but I know exactly what it is that I'm doing. I know where I'm trying to get to. I know what my personal goals are, etc. So therefore, I'm going to do everything possible in my power to ensure that happens sooner than later. So obviously, we can branch out there and help people, get to know ONPASSIVE just by sharing, and sharing, not talking, not going through some long speech about this and that, and just by giving them a link. Here, check this out. Here, check this out. Something simple, and so when they click on that link now, let the link expose them to ONPASSIVE. Let the videos and all of that do all the talking for us, so that we don't have to. So this way, it's not about your expertise. It's not about how comfortable you are at speaking. It's not about how good you are at communication. None of that stuff. All that doesn't matter. You don't have to be brilliant like Collins, to be explain technical stuff. None of that stuff, right? You just simply say, here, point them in the direction and walk away. It's as simple as that.
All right. Michael, you have just said something now, even though I listened to you the other day and you said another thing, because now you say ONPASSIVE is our business and stuff, and maybe we choose either to relax or to do a bit of something. But a couple of days ago with Julie, you said that ONPASSIVE is not your business, it's not my business. And if we look on it, you can't find our name on it. And so we think that that's what makes us think like, what do we need to do apart from sharing and all of those? So can you clarify that again?
Sure, absolutely. So ONPASSIVE is in the company. We don't own the company, right? Like we don't own ONPASSIVE. If you look up ONPASSIVE, you're not going to see my name or your name there as the owner or the founder of it, right? So we don't own that, but we do have the resale rights, right? So that's what I mean when it says it's our business in the sense of the process, right? We get to be resellers. We get to be affiliates, right? So therefore, by default, it actually becomes your business because you have the ability to sell its products and generate commissions from that. So from that perspective, it's your business, right? So it's certainly not that you are the owner of ONPASSIVE. Absolutely not.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. So the last one before I move over to Andy and Collins. So apart from us waiting for commissions and trying to share or do other stuff, is there any other thing at all that we can leverage this whole ecosystem to do with, apart from just waiting for commissions?
Again, we have to understand that we can use the product for, maybe you have another business, maybe there is something that you're passionate about. You can use the product itself. You want to communicate with your families overseas, etc. You can use the OConnect platform right now to do just that. The other products that are there, OMail, you can use it to communicate. If you're an emailer, right? If you like to communicate using emails, you can get on ONET and create your profile, set up your communities. So there are things that you can do. We don't have to be sitting here, log into the account to look to see, oh, there's no money there. Oh, okay, now there's money. Now I'm going to get excited. There is so much to be excited about. We can be planning our future. You can be planning the things that you will be doing once you start to generate the commissions that you're looking for and so on. So there's a lot that we certainly can do now. There's no need for anyone to just sit there and just keep logging into the account, log out, log in, log out, because I'm just checking. No, it's much more than commissions, folks. You can build up yourself. You can be the best version of yourself outside of just looking for commissions. If we've learned, by following the process from the beginning of when we came in up until now, there's so much that we can learn from what we've seen our CEO have been doing, from what we've seen the staff have been doing, and others, right? There's a lot that we can learn. And so there's lots that we can educate ourselves by knowing your business, the business that you're engaged in, going through our blog, going through all the information that is there, understanding the products then by looking at the corporate site, going to the YouTube channel. There's so much that can be done, Comfort. So I'm surprised when people just sit there and it's like, well, what do I do now? That just blows me away when there's so much that we could be doing.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. So, Andy, I'll not repeat the questions because Michael has said so many things. Maybe you would just like to comment or come from another angle. I'll leave it open for you, please.
I think from my point, I agree with Michael 100%. At the end of the day, you've got a a phenomenal opportunity in front of you, and you've got to grab that with both hands. Whatever level of income you want to achieve, you can achieve. There is no other business model I've ever come across in my number of years that gives you the opportunity that ONPASSIVE gives you. Now, every single product that comes out becomes a different revenue stream, an income stream. So we're all talking about, you've got to do earn money while you sleep. This is the ideal opportunity for that. And the more we put into our shop, as Collins likes to use, the more opportunities we've got to sell things. Now, quite rightly, why aren't we sharing it? You know my phrase, proper prior planning prevents poor performance. At the end of the day, you have to look at things from a business perspective now, because every position that you hold is a business. It's a separate business. So, do you want your business to succeed or don't you? It's as simple as that. So if you want your business to succeed, do something about it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. So, Collins, anything from you, please?
Sorry, just mute myself. Yeah, I agree with Andy, Mike. These are the people I've learned a lot, especially in my first video when I watched. It was Michael Williams and Mike Ellis when I joined ONPASSIVE. Those videos blow me away, and that is what I was sharing, to a lot of us. Just take a look. This is what we need, So, like Mike said, you don't need to be technical to be able to manage your business ONPASSIVE. This is one of the most simplest business I've ever seen. Where you don't have to do anything, you don't have to build. It's just click, plug, and play. You just need to attend webinar, listen to those who really knows it, just to point you to the right direction, and you will know it. It's very simple. I don't know how Mr. Ashbrook can make it as simple as what we have now. There is no way you can simplify it again, because the only way, maybe, I don't know, except you just want to take things, meet people in their house, knock their door, give them check, this is your money, take it and go. And it will never happen.
Right.
You just have to do something like what Mike said and what Andy have said.
Mm-hmm. So, Michael said earlier on that what we need to be doing now is like, speeding up the success, as the progress of our success, like sharing and doing all of those things. When you encourage people to do this, the first thing they think like, is there a hidden agenda? Because when we were joining, there was, we were joining because they said all is going to be done for us. I just need a clarification to this. And I think that helps a long way. Michael, maybe you may go again first, please.
Sure. So all done for you, we have to understand the process, okay? So it's about the sales process, because that's where people are having difficulty. This is where people have failed because they can't sell. They're not like Andy. Andy can sell, okay? Andy can, get his customers then to buy, okay? But all of us are not like that. Okay, so it's the sales process. If the company can automate the sales process for us, then yes, it's a done deal. Okay, but it takes time for that to happen. What we're seeing right now is not the entire sales process. Okay, what we've done is basically open up the doors a little bit to release the first paid product, but there's more to come in the process. Meaning we haven't gotten to where we have our own domain name, as an example, where we'll have a daily different page, right? We haven't reached there yet, okay? To have the targeted traffic, okay? We have not reached there yet. So once we have the totality of everything that we're looking for to automate the process, then people are gonna see that 100% done for you vehicle in motion, okay? But for now, we have to focus on what we have. We can't worry about that because that's down the road. Whether it's 2 months, 6 months, whatever the case may be, it's still down the road. But right now, what we have is more than enough, actually, to still accomplish all your dreams now. We don't have to wait for that, right? So certainly that dream is still alive as far as having 100% done for your system, 100% done for your business. Cat mode is still very much alive, okay? But we're still in the process of getting there where we actually have the totality of that automated system.
Okay, all right. So, Collins, you like quality assurer. I'm not sure understand that that's what it means. But then, can you guarantee us, like the people who have joined new affiliates, and maybe someone who is still standing on the fence and so on, because they want to join in and finally feel like an entrepreneur because I have a business of my own? Can you guarantee that we're now at top quality, and so we have everything just ready to go, or and all we need to do is find an office of ours and set our business and sit here and start running?
Yeah. So if we look at what we have now, as Michael said, we are really good because no company, IT company, because let's remember, ONPASSIVE is a global IT company. I always call it software development. We know who Mr. Ashbofara is. He will never accept to put something out which is not really good. It's not of standards, it's not of quality. And no company will do that. No IT company will put something out and then look at it and say, because remember, there is a danger of accepting. As a quality assurance, I'm the one who stand and sign that, yes, this software is ready for release. Just imagine I said, yes, it's ready for release. The software goes out and then it's failed. What will happen? I'll be the first person to be fired. I'll be the first person. They will not fire the developer, the programmer, the person who sit and write the code. The first person they will fire is me. And I've seen a lot of quality assurance being fired because they didn't do their job properly. So they will never accept. Based on that, they will never. In software development, there's always debate. There's always heated debate for software to go out sometimes. And we are the most hated people in the company. If you go quality assurance, they are the most hated because someone will spend sleepless night to build software. I'll just come in within 30 seconds and say, oh, this software is not good. Come on, we cannot put it out. I can spot all the errors and everything. So with what we have in ONPASSIVE now, as I speak, it's really, really marketable. 100% in the face of O Connect. When I look at O Connect, I was crying because I've seen terrible software out there. When I look at OMade, yes, there'll be little things, but these are just really tiny, easy to resolve, and the software will always go better. The first, as Mr. said, the first release or the first point when they release it is the worst. But as we go forward, it gets better because the stabilization and everything just kick on, because the challenge is when live data is in, people are using it from every angle, and we've seen it in O Connect. My worry was, will this software crash? But up to now, O Connect is still there, standing tall. So there is no way. That's the guarantee. When every time somebody asks something, you look at ONPASSIVE and say, no, don't say ONPASSIVE. Look at the product. Look at O Connect. Do you really like it or not? And everyone say, my goodness, this really blows me. And that is how, like Michael said, put it out there, direct them to where they can find information in the back office, in the OES, share the link, the video link, let them watch for themselves, let them come in and have the 14 days trial, and that's the beauty of ONPASSIVE. You can come in and see for yourself. You don't need too much lecture.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. So, Andy, earlier on, Michael said, I think you also said something about many things people should be doing now, including educating themselves, like reading the blogs and all of those things. So, to come back again, because I was like, maybe I want to hear something totally different, to be sure that somebody is not getting it all wrong. But then some people are still getting it wrong anyway. So does it mean that all we're left with now is just like, because Collins is also guaranteeing the quality, there's a lot of, fight and stop back and forth before they finally arrive to where we are now. So we're only left with the petty things, petty to me, because I can do it, maybe like learning to understand the system. What is this all about? What do I need to do and stuff? So that's all it takes to make you finally feel that I'm settled, I am now. Is that what gives you the entrepreneur or the businessman mindset? Or is there any other thing at all to add to this? Is it just about learning, understanding the system?
I think there are a sizable number of people that still don't understand exactly what we have. So my suggestion would be baby steps. Do something on your business every single day. Doesn't matter how big or small it is, do something on your business every day. So you go into the back office and you start looking around. You start, looking at the videos that go along with your links. You can then sit down and work out, okay, well, I can send that link to this person because, they have kids and this might work for them and blah, blah, blah. So these are just ideas, but the more you get into the back office, the more you start playing around with what's going on in the back office, and the more you start watching some of the videos on the ONPASSIVE YouTube channel, on our channels. All of us here have got a channel. The more you learn. The more you learn, the more you're empowered to be able to move forward with your business. So it's baby steps. Every day, do something. Get out of your comfort zone and start making a difference for you. Because the only person that this affects is you, to start with. Now, a lot of us want to be able to make sure that our families are looked after. And the whole point of this originally for many of us was, I want to make a certain level of income in order to be able to sustain a lovely, lifestyle that I can help my son with and my family with, etc. So, all right, what do I need to do to that? Break it down. What do I need to do in order to do that? So, baby steps. Every day, do something on your business. Simple as that. Learn something new every day.
Mm-hmm. All right, thank you. I think I buy to that too, because it's kind of personal development. Because from my own understanding, I believe that you cannot give what you don't have. And so if you are proud of what is yours, you need to know how to tell somebody about it. That's my understanding of learning something new every day. Hoping that you guys agree with me on that. So Michael, there's this saying, I don't know exactly who says that in order to be successful, one needs to get uncomfortable. Is there at least just that one particular uncomfortable thing one should do in order to succeed in ONPASSIVE, or you think that we're just good, done and dusted? I know it sounds like going round and round, but we need it. You don't know how much people need this. Thank you.
Well, personally, I think we are good, done, and dusted, right? From the standpoint of, ONPASSIVE is set out to uplift humanity, right? Meaning they want to help a lot of people around the world, not just a few individuals. Okay, hundreds of millions of people around the globe. The company is looking to help because people are in need. Billions of people are in need. There's no doubt about that, right? And so we realize that if it's up to us, if it's up to you, me, all of us here, all of us, in the world, if it's up to each individual to succeed in life, they're going to fail. This is what we're seeing. Like we can't refute numbers, right, Andy? Numbers are numbers, right? People can lie, but the numbers, them don't lie. Not the numbers by themselves. People can play with the numbers, to lie with the numbers, but it's not the numbers that are lying, okay? So we have to understand that people, it's tough, it's challenging, right? It's not easy to succeed in life. It just isn't, right? Usually, it's a mountain that you're climbing, and some people don't have the mental fortitude to get up that mountain. Some people don't have the physical ability to get up the mountain, and so on. Right. So it's the same thing with business, right? You're trying to succeed at business, and some people quit, before they even get started, right? They have an idea and don't even follow through with the idea. They have simple steps laid out for them, and they don't even take the simple steps that's laid out for them, right? So we can't really rely on our own self to succeed. And so ONPASSIVE knows this. And that's why ONPASSIVE is different than every other company that's out there. So the company is taking all the steps to ensure your success, right? This is why we talk about the whole idea of the full automating the sales process and so on. But it doesn't mean that we can't be uncomfortable, because to succeed, you have to become uncomfortable to succeed, right? If you have a child that's playing sports, they may have to wake up some hours in the morning that they're not comfortable with waking up. You know what I mean? They may have to spend long hours, you know, going through their craft, honing their skills, right? Academics, same thing. You're trying to get into Harvard or some other, you know, prestigious academic institution, right? There's hard work involved. Not everybody's prepared to put in that hard work. You know what I mean? But in our business, you know, we've seen people who've come out of their shell. We've seen people that they were kind of comfortable, they're going under the radar, and all of a sudden now they have a YouTube channel. All of a sudden now they're doing a live. You know, that's being uncomfortable because it's not something that you're used to. Most people are uncomfortable about public speaking. Okay. I remember back in my early days, right? I mean, yeah, you see me now, you think I'm great. I know everybody, they think I'm great. I get it. Okay. But back in the day, okay, back in the day, I can remember, you know, just coming out of university and my first job, you know, where I had to make presentations to people about retirement planning and all these things. I remember now, I'm young. I'm in my early 20s, right? And I'm talking to people that are 50-year-olds, 55-year-olds, you know what I mean? People that are high net worth, all these different things. And I'm up there in front of thousands of people, right? And I used to sweat like crazy, Comfort, okay? I used to just sweat. But you know what? I kept at it because I wanted to succeed. I wanted to be the best at my job, right? And I mean, I can throw this out there. My very first year, I was Rookie of the Year in the company I was with because I got out of my comfort zone and I was prepared to do all that I needed to do in order to achieve the success that I wanted. So our business ONPASSIVE is the same thing. We can get out of our comfort zone. We can do, as Andy said, just a little bit at a time though, right? We don't have to just jump fully in, but a little bit at a time. You know, you open up a live, maybe, you know, maybe you're talking to 2 people, right? All of a sudden you're talking to 3, then 4, and the number starts to grow. That's how that works. So yes, there are things that we can do that's going to make ourselves uncomfortable, but it's going to benefit you in the end. And that's the bottom line. You're going to get that personal growth, right? As well as the fulfillment of being, wow, I can't believe I actually did that. Oh my gosh, you know, that was amazing. You're going to get that, folks, right? So be, you know, be brave, you know, be bold, step out and see what happened. Nothing but good is going to come from it.
Sure. Thank you, Michael. I couldn't stop giggling because, Andy, you know why? When the very first time I brought Michael here, I was like, why did I even dare? Why was I doing this? I was so shivering and so God, you know, but then now I don't care whether I do it right or not. Just the fact that I'm bold enough to face 3 of you here now, right now. It was not the case at the beginning. So I think I understand you so well because I'm right in. Andy is the only person who never scared me. I don't know, Andy. You should go back there and scare me, please.
No, to be fair, Comfort, like Michael. Yeah. At the end of the day, everyone's had to start from somewhere. Yes. The worst thing for me was getting up and having to do a presentation in front of my peers. Yeah. You know, on a business plan that I was putting forward for the following year. And all of these guys were saying, "Oh, I'm going to do 50,000. I'm going to do." I was a rookie. I'd only just joined the company, and I'm looking at my business plan, going, "Hold on a second. I'm talking about 120, and they're all talking 50." And I said, "Oh Christ, shall I change my? Shall I check? No, that's what I'm going to do." And I stood up and did it in front of 250 of these guys. Every single one laughed. Every single one, without question. Even the regional director, and I, without batting an eyelid, I walked straight over to him, grabbed his hand and said, "Okay, well, if I achieve half of this within 6 months, I want this level. Will you give it to me?" And he said, "Well, we've not done that for anyone that hasn't been with the company for 2 years." I said, "Well, so I'm asking you now in front of the whole region, will you give it if I've done 60? And he said, "Yes, absolutely." So that's what I did. But you've got to have the, I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? But everyone has to start somewhere. And you know, it's having the guts to do that in the first place and then going, okay, well, this is easy. So because you've done it once, you can do it again.
Yes, that's very true. Collins, I think I'm very happy that we arrived here because just sharing this moves somebody from their seat, right? It doesn't always start from the top. You must start from there with the baby steps like Andy put it. Is that? Do you think the same, Collins?
That's true. Really, really true, Comfort. You know, like Mike said, it happens to me a lot. Even when you remember, Comfort, when you call me, when I watch your pigeon, you show the pigeon one you did. And I said, Comfort, are you an IT? I called you behind. I said, are you an IT engineer? You said, no. I said, so where did you get all this information? Because what you are saying is true. You said, so we started talking, and you said, Collins, can you come to my live? I said, Comfort, I've never done this, and I don't think I want to come. So Comfort, you remember you were behind me for almost 2 weeks. He called Oliver.
Now you address millions. Look at that.
No, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Let me tell. I will say it, and then you take it. Go and tell the rest. This is how it works. He said, no, you come and tell them yourself. I said, Comfort, no, I don't want to do it. And I remember when Madi Digamo talked about OTech Pro, and I said, no, forget about it. I don't even want to do it. You know, it was like back and forth. I said, no. But, you must be uncomfortable to be comfortable. Okay, that's how it is. Sometimes if you want to do something, you must step out of your comfort zone. Because if you don't do that, you will always take. And now it's just like the courage is there, coming to the platform and even share my idea, my knowledge. It's really great. But it takes that effort, that first step. To come out of your shell. It's not really easy. Sometimes you come and you are sweating, you are shaking.
That's me. So it works. It ends up really well, though. So guys, there's no magic. We can have Andy and Michael Williams in the house, and we don't discuss figures. We are not discussing money, but then figures play a role in this business. Anyhow, whether you go up, down, from top, bottom, left, right, figures have a big role to play. So who goes first? Andy, let's just this. I don't know how, but then just present figures from your perspective and what they will do to us as founders, early bird affiliates, as well as to the company.
This is where I know it sounds really sad, but this is where I get excited.
I know.
But I hasten to add, I'm not an accountant. Okay, so there's a big difference. But let's look at it from the point of view that we've got 1.4 million odd original early birds, entrepreneurs. We are now, yeah. Okay, so and with all the branding that's been going on with the Burj Khalifa, the World Cup. The Ferris wheel, the station, imagine supercars, Egypt, Abu Dhabi, Singapore, all of this is bringing customers in. So let's say, for argument's sake, that number has now doubled. So we're up to roughly 3 million. Okay, what is it going to be early next year? What's it going to be in 6 months' time? What's it going to be in a year's time? It could well be, 100 million people in a year, because the interest is starting to build. And as the number of, our flagship product has launched, this is a phenomenal opportunity. And now we have to start spreading the word. So if we spread the word and ONPASSIVE does what they're doing with their marketing, etc., then the numbers increase. So if we say that in a year's time we could have 100 million customers on board, that means we're in the top 1.5%, 1.4% of total customers. Now, how many of those 100 million do you want? Yeah. Okay. Do you want 1,000? You want 10,000? You want 100,000? I know Michael wants at least 1 million. So the sky's your limit at the end of the day. But the numbers of people that are likely to come into this business, bearing in mind that we currently have, what is it now, 5.6 or 5.7 billion potential customers, and next year it'll be 6. So every single person that uses the internet has something that we have that they will need, even if it is just a social media platform that allows, free speech and is a correction to the corruption. Everybody has the opportunity to be part of ONPASSIVE. So for me, the excitement is, we're going to be the top 10%, then the top 5, then the top 1, then the top half, then the top 0.1. You know, if you had an organization like Amazon or Facebook, everyone's heard of, you know, Microsoft, etc. All of these large, massive companies that, by the way, all started in humble beginnings, whereas we've kind of started at the top before we've started, if that makes sense. So, you know, if we've become a unicorn company in our first couple of months, and it took Google, Facebook, Amazon, Microsoft at least 6 to 8 years to become a unicorn company, where can we go from here? That's what excites me.
All right. So, Michael, all of these things that Andy has said, do they sum up back to your mantra that your network is your net worth, customer base and stuff? So your take, please.
Absolutely. 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 I agree with everything that Andy has said. But let me take it this way, right? Okay, using the same numbers, you know, 1.4 million that we have, okay, or started with anyways, as far as founding members who are now users, entrepreneurs, etc. Right? When we had 100,000, right? When we were only 100,000. This was a few years ago, right? And we said that, you know, our projection was that this company could generate 100 million customers in its first year out to the public, right? Now we're only 1 month in, okay? That's when we had 100,000. And I believe that number is much bigger. I believe we're going to have a bigger number as far as customers, people coming in using our products within the very first year of being out there to the public, meaning we're selling products to the public, right? But let's just be conservative. Right? Let's just be conservative. And let's say for each of these 1.4 million users, the company marketing campaigns, all the branding, everything Andy spoke about, right? And that each account was able to generate just 100 customers, right? That would make the company have 140 million customers, okay? Just think about that for a minute. 140 million customers, as far as I'm concerned, is tiny. It's small. Facebook has over 3 billion with a B, right? Users. Whether they're active, not active, it's irrelevant. The point is they have over 3.4 or over 3 billion users, okay? Think about this. Every single person, right, needs an email address. Every single person. Okay, if you may not use social media, but you still need an email address, okay? So that means there are more people that actually have an email address than people that are actually using social media, right? Here comes OMail. Think of the possibilities. Every single person who comes into ONPASSIVE have to have an OMail account, like every single one, bar none, every single person, right? Because you have to create one in order to get into the OES. Right? Doesn't matter how you're coming. Doesn't matter whether you're coming because of OConnect. Doesn't matter if you're coming because of ONet. Doesn't matter if you're coming because of OTracker. It doesn't matter what you're coming for. You're going to have an OMail account. So think of how that number is going to grow. Now, when you have these free users, free using ONet, using OTrim, using OMail, when you have these free users, you have them for life. Like they're going to be there. And as other products come on board, they're going to have access to those products. They're going to see OTracker. They're going to see OStaff. They're going to see OAcademy. They're going to see ODomain. You understand? They're going to see everything, folks. So not because they're free today doesn't mean they'll be free tomorrow. You understand? Eventually, they will see something that they're going to buy. So they're going to buy at least one product. I believe it's going to be more than one product. But let's just be conservative, at least one product. So can you imagine if all we're talking about is that each one of these 1.4 million users, entrepreneurs, only have 100 customers? And if we even make it more conservative, but just focus on what we have right now, which is OConnect, and they purchase OConnect, we're talking about thousands of dollars per month going forward. Think of all the people around the globe. Think of them. Think of all the people around the globe that could use a few $1,000s per month, how that will change, even transform their lives. Now, we're not talking about somebody who's in America and they're making 100,000 a year, or somebody's in the UK, and they're making 100,000 pounds per. We're talking about around the world, the billions of people around the world that have never seen $30,000 a year in their life. Never seen it. Never. And here in ONPASSIVE will create more millionaires. I've said it many years ago, and I'm still saying it, will create more millionaires than any other company on this planet. Period. That is what's going to happen, folks. Am I saying that every single person is going to be a millionaire in ONPASSIVE? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay? But we do know that in order for you to be able to help people, you're going to need access. You're going to have resources. You're going to have to become wealthy. And I like to use the rich word. I said we want people to be rich, but people who are compassionate. You understand? People who have empathy, right? People that's going to care about other people. We're not looking for people to be rich, to run around with 10 cars and mansions. And that's not what we're talking about, folks. We're talking about people who are now wealthy and can use that newfound wealth to actually help people in their community, right there in their neighborhoods, people around the globe, and change their lives. That's what we're talking about. And that's what ONPASSIVE is about. Provide the tools, provide the products so that you have a legitimate business that is clean, ethical, and a business that is going to help people everywhere. That's what ONPASSIVE is about. And that's what excites me, because 100 customers, I can do that in my sleep. In my sleep. That is nothing. An 80-year-old grandma will be able to get 100 customers in ONPASSIVE. Not overnight, but certainly over time. Over time.
Oh my God. Guys, how does it feel? Let me see what you think right now in the chat section. So Collins, you are a quality assurer with about 15 years experience. Is there any such thing like quality customers, quality traffic, or so? I'm not sure, but let us know, please, after listening to Andy and Michael Williams.
Wow, I see. Michael Williams, he always nailed it. Was just like Michael Williams was just taking a lot from my mouth.
Come on, you can repeat it for the sake of people like myself. Some of us are slow learners.
When they were calling the numbers, the numbers doesn't hang in the air. It's because something is there. Number comes when there is value. Mr. Ashford always talk about value. And a lot of the time, I always talk about value based on the product, because I know if you provide value, what will happen? Customers will come. You cannot sell an empty website. Nobody can buy an empty website. There is nothing there. You go to Amazon, people are going to Amazon because there is something to buy. So what are we really selling? What is ONPASSIVE really putting in the market? Connect, first paid product. Is it better than anything? Cisco WebEx, forget about it. Zoom, forget about it. Those of you Zoom, if not check Connect, then please come and check it. You will never regret it. The value of ONPASSIVE is the pull factor. The pull factor of customer is the value of the product. Like Michael talked about OMail. Look at the features that are all in OMail. Who on earth will reject OMail and go for Gmail? That's what I always think. And you said the gateway to come into ONPASSIVE is by creating OMail. By creating OMail, sometimes if you take time to look at those features, or everything that is in OMail, there is no way you can choose any other mailing system than OMail. OMail is the best for now. Name it. There is just latest technology built, AI driven. What else can you get? ONet will bring a lot for those who love social media. Normally in social media, I'm not fond of social media because I don't like to put my details on social media. But ONPASSIVE is the only site I'll put my full information in ONet. All my full information, because there is no two-way. Because why? Because it is protected. The time is coming where the system will know who you are. to identify you. You must identify yourself, and that's the beauty about that. So you know who you are speaking to, who you are chatting with. Select the type of friends you want. Build your club. You know, people of the same interest. So that's why I love, you know, ONET. O-Trim is the best. Michael would say this here because Michael used TrimYarrow a lot. There is nothing like O-Trim, nothing out there like other than O-Trim, better than O-Trim. So, and these are all the pull factor we're talking about. Customers coming, they will come in their numbers, whether they like it or not. I always say it from the beginning when I join ONPASSIVE, I look at it. I say, you know what? If you don't come in, whether you like it or not, you will use the product. There is no two-way. There is no two-way. You will come either for the free product. When ONET will blow the market, you will come in. Is it OPAL that you will not use? I've been thinking about every corner, all the corners and all the products. I said, there is no way someone will sit without using ONPASSIVE product. Maybe when you hear the name ONPASSIVE, say, oh, what is ONPASSIVE? But you will use the product without even knowing you are in ONPASSIVE, because the product speaks for themselves. There is no way you can. And what will happen? You know, they're talking about the world population is going to, Andy, you know, it's about 7 billion, right? I always said maybe the total number, because people will replicate themselves, it will be 20 billion, because one person will come for multiple products, as Michael said. So in ONPASSIVE is the only place where you get that numbers of people. But as Mike said, you just need to do little for you to get there. You know, you don't need to do too much, because all the heavy lifting, you know, has been done for all of us. The only thing you need to do is to do just little thing, understand ONPASSIVE, you know what you want to achieve, and you can achieve it. And this says sky is the limit. I always say sky is not the limit. You know, you can go above sky, because ONPASSIVE is unlimited. So why can't we go unlimited? I'll leave it there, covered.
Oh my God. Yes. So thank you so much, guys. Let's take a quick last round on this note. Since Collins has mentioned value, which has been our thing here every day and so on, Andy, I've heard other people say, I was listening to something somewhere where somebody says many businesses started and failed before they knew it, because their business model was conditioned in such a way that it suited the eyes of the beholder and not of the customer. So could you like proudly tell, because we don't know who is watching us here, some people are watching this for this first time, would you say that what Mr. Mufare has in the ecosystem has been customized in such a way as to suit the need of the user? And I think that's just what people need, because I've listened to a few successful people. They say, why I succeed is because I suit the taste of the user and not my taste, and not how beautiful I find it. So, Andy, I hope I'm making sense.
I think the best example we can give, certainly with OConnect, is the fact that we have already done some major deals with influential government organizations that want to use our product for all of their events. Now, the other thing is, if you take OTracker, so Google Analytics is $12,500 a month. What the marketing team have done, with the help of Mohammed Nazal, is to take the best features from every single product that's out on the market, and then increase them, add in extras. So our product actually has far more features than Google Analytics will do, but mark my words, it's going to be considerably more cost effective and value for money. So those are just two. If you look at the free products, Collins mentions about OMail and ONET. We've got those two, and O-Trim, obviously. But I like ONET because, and like Collins said, you've got a situation where you have to prove who you are. You can't have a fake account, so you can't groom or troll children. You can't cyberbully, and you can't sell stuff that doesn't exist. So it is, as I said earlier, a correction to the corruption. OMail, you know, there isn't we have a video mail system. So I could just sit in front of the camera, do a video mail, and send it on. Now the unfortunate thing is that the likes of Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo, and the vast majority of the others aren't set up yet to be able to accept a video email because their system isn't ready. Ours is way ahead of the game. So if you've got people within OMail, I can send a video email to one of my guys or friends on OMail. Perfect. Now, you know, we can send any size file. At the moment, you've got 25 megabytes and everything has to go into the cloud. And by the way, once you've reached the limit in cloud, you have to start paying for it as well, which is most annoying. Ours is unlimited. So I have unlimited storage. I have unlimited size file that I can send through. Now, interestingly enough, and we were talking about this before, photos, because the cloud is kind of closed down and you can't hold your photos on this, so I've had to download everything onto the computer. The problem I've got is I either send emails one by one with enough attachments on there to go, well, that's a large enough file, I'll have to send it that way, or I put everything on a hard drive, a disk drive, and then send it via post. Now I've got the opportunity to send my entire catalogue of photos to my sister in one fell swoop, one email. And how cool is that? So we're talking value for money here. We're talking products that are different to everything else that's on the market. There are video conferencing platforms. There are other video conferencing platforms out on the market, and we've used several. We know one of them has limitations that once you reach a certain number of people on screen, everything goes haywire. And you start losing. If you've got poor bandwidth, you get kicked out and you're trying to get back in. It's most annoying, or it's going, and then it freezes. Yeah, I like that. I did that again.
Oh, no.
Right, but our system is designed and set up specifically to be able to send somebody bandwidth if it's needed, so that they can remain on the call. Now, how cool is that? And then the best thing of all is this auto translation that's coming out in real time, guys, in real time. Just think how this is a game changer for every other video conferencing platform on the market. Doesn't have this. How good is that for a business that's international? Because again, I come across a number of businesses that have, you know, their major base, if you like, is in the UK, but they've got employees in Venezuela or in Japan. These guys don't speak English. So they have to get translators to come in and sit with them while they do a meeting, or someone flies out with them so that they can translate what's going on. This will save time and money. It is phenomenal. Value for money.
Yes.
That's what it's all about.
Woo. Mind-blowing indeed. So, Collins, any quick last remark from you, please? It could be a call to action because we don't know who is watching, just anything at all.
I just like to use Michael Williams' phrase that ONPASSIVE is the last business you will ever need.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's the last business because there is nothing again. Because I always ask myself, if there was no ONPASSIVE, maybe I would just work until I die. You know, because there is nothing else there. There's nothing out there again for me. I cannot do what, you know, Michael Williams can do. You know, they are all, you know, they are all financial people. They know how to market. I cannot do it. And the reason I joined ONPASSIVE is because I cannot market. You know, my job is to build software, not to market software. So I cannot even do it. So you put me, I'll just say, no, bye, it's not for me. But because ONPASSIVE is doing everything and I can just do only the little things by sharing, I don't even need to talk about ONPASSIVE because I'm not really someone who can read. I don't have patience. So I'll just share you the video link, watch it. If you like it, come in. And obviously they will like it because this has never, ever happened. Never been done before. So this is a chance for everyone, you know, but again, you know, it would, I always said, most opportunity doesn't stay long, or the door, sometimes you never know. I always talk about affiliate. It is free. Now, who knows? If you don't take it, you said, all right, I want to wait and see. I want to wait until this person. If everybody waited, nobody will even do anything. If Mr. Alfara was waiting for someone to build ONPASSIVE, there wouldn't have ever been the existence of ONPASSIVE. So this is the time to come. You know, time doesn't wait for you. Time is not for us. The next day is not for you. So today, take this opportunity. Take a look. Don't like it? Bye. Go. So that's what I would say.
Indeed.
Comfort.
If you don't like it, we'll kiss you goodbye, like
Yeah.
I would say. So over to you, Michael. Your last word, please.
Yeah. So let me just end on value, right? Think of someone who's have a home and they're looking to sell the home, right? And so, they've customized the home to their liking, the way they like it. Oh, I like my TV over here. I like the floors to be like this. I like the washroom to be like, you understand? They customize to themselves. Okay. That person is going to have a more difficult time in selling that home, right? Because there may not be people out there who like it the way you like it, right? But if I'm thinking that, I'm trying to sell my home now, right? What are people looking for? Right. And let me just, put that within the home, right, as I do my renovations, right, to get it ready for the market. So if I'm thinking about the customer, I'm going to have a greater chance of selling my home and also selling my home faster, right, and also commanding more money for that home, right? And that's ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE is not thinking about, well, how much money can we make? Mr. Ashmafar is not thinking, well, I want to be a gazillionaire, so let me just put this thing together for me. He's thinking about the end user. He's thinking that, wow, you know what? Yeah, we know there's Gmail and Hotmail and so on and so forth, but if I can give them something of real value, something that people actually want, something that people are going to take care about, something that people are actually going to use. How many people open up a Gmail account that never use it? Right? But if I can give them value, right? And it's going to be free. It's going to be better than what's out in the marketplace, but it's free, right? Oh, Trim. There are companies out there charging hundreds of dollars a month for a software that trims a URL, that trims a website address, right? And no, we can do this. We can be better than what's out there in the marketplace, and we can give it away for free. Value. Let's give value. Let's put OConnect together to be the very best video conferencing platform out there, period, without charging the money that it would command, right? We don't need to charge people thousands of dollars a month to have access to 10,000 attendees on their platform. We can do it for way less than that, not because our product is inferior, but because we're thinking about the end user. We're trying to save people money. So if we can save individuals, save companies, save them money, they're going to be a valuable customer. They're going to stay with us, right? We're not trying to, see how much we can pull out of their pockets. No, right? Just even think of us, right? Us as the early bird entrepreneurs, right? Just think of us. To pay $47 a month for the first 3 months, right? For a product such as this, are you kidding me? And when you try to compare that to what's out there in the marketplace, it's not even close. Imagine when the upgrades come along, the next version and the next version. Can you imagine? Right? We're just getting started. And I've used this analogy about the baby. You know what I mean? A newborn comes out. What are they doing? They're not doing anything. They're just alive. You know what I mean? They can't crawl. They can't walk. They can't run. They can't do anything. But eventually they start to crawl. Eventually they start to walk. Eventually they start to run. You know what I mean? That's ONPASSIVE. We're just out the gate. We're just that newborn baby. So can you imagine when we start to crawl? Can you imagine when we start to walk and run? Look out, folks. This is the place to be. This is where people want to be. This is it, right? I remember when Bitcoin came out, okay? And that's on my mind because I did a thing earlier about Bitcoins, about crypto, right? I remember when they first, oh, scam this, scam that. That's what people were saying about Bitcoin. But here it is today, right? Elon Musk, what, 1 point something billion he put into Bitcoin, right? At one point, he was selling Teslas and people could pay using Bitcoin. You understand, right? People got in when it was $1, right? Some people $100. It started to get accepted, mainstream when it was around $1,000, and it shot up to $60,000 per coin. Right now, I'm not encouraging anyone to go buy no Bitcoin now. Don't get me wrong. That's not the point I'm making. Right? I'm just trying to say the early adapters, how they benefited, how many people became billionaires because of specifically Bitcoin. How many people became multimillionaires because of Bitcoin? Why? Because they adapted it early. We are the early bird adapters of ONPASSIVE. We, the 1.4 million. Think of your possibility, folks. Think of where you'll be 5 years from now, 10 years from now. 10 years ago, Bitcoin was around $260 something per coin. So even with the ups and downs, it's still doing extremely well for those early bird adapters. For people who jump in now, for it to double, like who knows if it's going to get to 54,000? Like who knows what's going to happen with it, right? So now isn't the time, as you talked about opportunities, right? They've missed the boat. But it's still early in ONPASSIVE. You have not missed the boat yet in ONPASSIVE. So if you're out there listening to us right now, you want to come in and take a closer look, right? You don't need no money. It's free to get in. Just get in and take a look, because you will love what you will see, and you will stay, and you'll become part of that second phase of early adapters. The opportunity is still alive and well for you to be able to change your family's future financially. Think about that, folks. It doesn't get any better than this, because this is the place to be. This is the only company that you need, period, if you're looking for a financial change. And for those who are in already, congratulations, because you have already won. Thank you, Comfort.
My God. Wow, 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 wow. That's all we can say, guys. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate the three of you. We appreciate all the effort and the dedication is only thank you. That's all we have. And of course, guys, let's do our due diligence. This is good information for free. Let's just share it and encourage someone to go through it. It's just worth the time to sit down and listen to what our brothers and friends in the house have done to us this evening. Share. And if you have forgotten or you're still planning to, why not go ahead and subscribe, click on the bell, because we like doing this quite often, I think every day. So thank you, guys. See you again really soon. Thank you, Michael, Andy, and Collins. Have a wonderful evening, guys. Thanks.